Hi there everyone, it's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Thank you so much for joining me today for another day in my 2021 holiday card series. Almost at 2022. We ain't there yet. So, in today's video, where this started and where we ended is completely different. So, in today's video, I'm going to share with you how to make a simple and elegant holiday card using just a few different supplies and one stamp. So I'll have to show you. You probably already seen the picture on the thumbnail, but yeah, let's head over to the craft table and I'll show you how to do it. So initially, this was supposed to be an ornament card. I wanted to do something that was a bit more elegant rather than whimsical. And so I thought I would cut out ornaments out of varying different glitter papers. And then I decided I wanted to make it very similar to the one from Doodlebug that I made, where it was a slim line and they were kind of hanging. So at first I wasn't sure what paper to use because I don't have a lot of options when it comes to slimline paper. So I brought in this plaid cover plate from Picket Fence, and then I was like, okay, it's too plain. So I brought in some green. This is just glitter. What is this called? Like texture paste from Gina K Design. And looking back, I kind of like the way that looks, but I was like, no, let's try something different. So I brought in this damask. I think this is damask from Tim Holtz, and I am bringing in some gold paper glaze. This, I think this video is going up before the other one, but this came in a Simon Says stamp kit that you'll see soon. And I'd never played with this before. And this is very similar to like a texture paste, etc. But this is so smooth and it's so metallic. It's beautiful. Now I will say I made a little mess because hello, it's me. This stencil isn't quite big enough to go all the way on a slimline card. So if I were to do this again, slimline, I would wait until the top part dries or dry it with a heat tool and then flip it over and do the rest of it and just make sure that I wasn't quite as messy. But this, again, I'd never used it before. It was trial and error. So I'm going to set that aside so it can dry. And then I'm bringing in, I believe this is the big Christmas greetings from Simon Says Stamp. Initially, I tried stamping this, embossing this with like a copper sparkly powder, and I didn't like the way that looked, but then I remembered I had this. This is matte embossing powder from Wow. So it's shiny, and there you can see there, it dried right down and it's matte, and I thought this is absolutely perfect to go with the gold because the gold is so shiny. So I tried one last one because I wasn't sure what colors I was going for. This is the Copper Delicata ink. Unfortunately, it is dry as a bone, and I don't have any refills for these. Both of them are dry, so I need to make sure that I get some. So at the end, I decided to go ahead with the matte one. I also brought in some glitter paper because I was still like, I'm going to make ornaments. This is what we're doing. We're making ornaments. I don't care what happens. I'm making ornaments. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in a stitched rectangle from Lawn Fawn. This fits perfectly across the slim line once I cut it down. And this is going to cover up my little boo-boo in the middle. So again, though, I would let it dry and then flip it over, or just try to find a stencil that's long enough. So once I bring that in, I decide I'm going to go ahead and add some more stitching to the backdrop. Plus, I wanted to make it a little thinner. So I'm going to bring in my stitched slimline rectangles from Pink and Main. And this one was too big. And I was like, no, I'll bring in a smaller one. So I'm going to bring in, so that was the largest one. This is the next smallest one. And I thought that was absolutely perfect. So hindsight's 2020. I really wish I had done this ahead of time, but since I didn't, it's a bit of a pain, but I'm able to get it down, and then I get this ran through my die cutting machine. So here I am bringing in all these copper papers and gold papers, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put ornaments on this. This is what I want to do. This is what I want it to look like. But I didn't have a color that really matched that. So for my card base, this is a piece of, I believe this is timber from My Favorite Things that I have cut down to 7 by 8.5. I've scored it at 3.5. And then I had a little bit overage, so I do trim that off with my paper trimmer, but this is going to fit down, and it's going to be on, it just, I don't know, there's just something about this. It's completely not like holiday colors, but I love the way this turned out. And a friend of mine's like, okay, I need some cards. And I said, what are you looking for? And he was like, I don't care as long as they're not like, religious. So I literally had just made this card and I sent him a video of it shining. He was like, that purple and silver. And I said, okay. So I'm going to be making 26 of these. And I would say that I have learned a lot. Those are not going to be slimline. Those are going to be A2 size. So at least that will be a little bit easier. But I really, really love how this card turned out. But I just felt like I was like, it needs something up top. It needs something up top. It needs something up top. And then I was like, Misty, it doesn't need anything up top, because let the beauty of that embossing, I mean, it's like a wet emboss. What am I trying to say? The texture and the shine of that paper glaze from Picket Fence shine through. Just let it. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to do any more to it than what you're already doing. But I try. So here is something that doesn't work. I brought in a piece of vellum because I thought, oh, I'm going to heat emboss that Christmas tree on vellum with clear embossing powder. Well, guess what happens when you emboss something with clear embossing powder on vellum? Nothing. You can't see it at all. I was like, Misty, But again, I was just trying to figure out something that, and I did the matte embossing too. So I could have left it and just put clear embossing powder on it and it probably would have shown up. But this matte, no, it did not. It did not. So that was, again, it was just a lot of playing with this and trying to figure out what I liked, what I didn't like. And I finally was just like, Misty, you're just gonna have to let it go. But there you can see it when it melts, but the minute it dries, it completely disappears. So here I am trying with more ornaments, and this is when I'm like, okay, Misty, you're done, we're done. Leave it like this. Absolutely love it. Can't wait to show you the other ones that I mass produce. But yeah, so thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you. Let me know what you think of this card down below, if it's something that you would love sending, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.